Good morning, students. In yesterday class, we already studied physical property of metals. Today we discuss about different chemical property. Students, yesterday in earlier classes, when we burn magnesium ribbon, then white dazzling flame release out. That formation of magnesium oxide. So when any metal burns with air, they change into corresponding metal oxides. Some metal oxides soluble in water, some are insoluble. Like potassium and sodium, their oxides, those metals are highly reactive. Their oxides, when dissolved in water, they form hydroxides. That hydroxides we can check there by litmus paper or pH paper, their acidic or basic nature. So generally metal oxides are basic nature, we earlier discussed. Today we detail study chemical property when any metal react with water, when any metal react with acid, what happens, and arrange increasing order of their reactivity of some selected metals. So students, when we take sodium and potassium, those metals are highly reactive and they react with and they release gas, that is hydrogen gas, that catch fire. In yesterday video, we already discussed about this reaction. Today also I am again showing you that reaction when a sodium metal react with water, then what happen. So that metal is highly reactive and it's placed on kerosene oil, placed in kerosene oil or wax. Reason behind, if you place open in air, that is react and change into oxide and it is explosive also. So now you see the activity. Students, sodium metal placed in wax on kerosene oil, it is very soft. We can cut by the knife or spatula. So we cut a small piece of sodium and this is reactive. So I placed on that box because it react with air. Then you can see that is shining surface of metal and we remove the wax using the filter paper. Filter paper absorbs the wax. Now I cut again small piece. This small piece I put in water. Then you can see what happen because it floats over water. Why it is floats? Because when it react with water, hydrogen gas release as bubbles and it's move in this. And this solution convert into sodium hydroxide. It is highly reactive. So students, it should be handled very careful. It catch fire if we place small larger amount. Potassium behave also similar way. Now I placed one more piece in this. You can see the difference. Highly reactive. You can see the reactivity of students because hydrogen gas release and that catch fire. We can check its nature, acidic or basic. So at first I dip in this that is litmus paper, blue litmus, no change. But when I dip red litmus, then it convert into students blue color. It means this solution is sodium hydroxide. So highly reactive when you observe, and other if I place these, they are explosive. So it should be handled very carefully. If you placed calcium metal, then that calcium metal floats over the cold water. Magnesium metal, if I put on this in cold water, this one students, magnesium metal, and magnesium metal react with air. When I rub by sandpaper, then it's oxide layer, because it react and form a oxide layer. So now it is shining surface. If I placed this magnesium metal in water, then you can see, students, in cold water no reaction. It is like this, but in hot water it slightly reacts, floats over water. Other metal, iron, silver, gold, they do not react with cold water and warm water. They react only steam. When they react with steam, they convert into hydrogen gas, they release hydrogen gas. So now we write all these reactions. Calcium react with warm water, magnesium react with hot water, and iron, zinc, aluminum, they react with steam. Silver, gold, platinum do not react with steam also. So according to this, we can say which is more reactive. So among these, sodium is more reactive, magnesium, calcium comparatively less reactive, and iron, lead, zinc, they are less reactive. So this criteria, we can arrange the metal increasing order of reactivity. So now we write the chemical reaction. Now students, we write the reaction. When sodium metal react with water, that water is cold water. Then what happen? Lot of heat release out, and sodium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. So this is an exothermic reaction, and that gas, release gas, catch fire. In similar way, other reaction, potassium also react with water, cold water, and convert into potassium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas release out, and heat energy. So these are exothermic reaction. When we balance this reaction, then we can see hydrogen and oxygen. So we write 2H2O, then 2 sodium hydroxide and 2 sodium. When we see 2 hydrogen, sodium right side 2, left side also 2, hydrogen 4, 2 or 4. In similar way, we can balance this reaction also. So these reactions, these two metals are more reactive than others. If we compare this reaction with calcium metal, calcium do not react with cold water. So it's need warm water, slightly hot warm water. And it floats over water, because the hydrogen gas release, that hydrogen gas sticks on calcium metal as bubbles. So it floats over the water. So this question comes in CBSE, which metal floats over water? And answer is calcium. Similar way, if you react with magnesium metal, then it's need hot water. Students, warm water, slightly warm. Magnesium do not react, it's react with hot water. You can write the reaction, calcium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. This hydrogen gas is not catch fire because its reactivity is slightly lower. So that hydrogen gas release lesser amount, so it can't catch fire. When we balance, then hydrogen 4. So we write 2H2O. In this way, calcium react, but magnesium when react with water, it's required more temperature. We can say hot water only, and it also produce similar magnesium hydroxide plus hydrogen. The release of gas is also hydrogen, but that do not catch fire. Reason their reactivity is lower. In this way, we can balance these reactions. But iron, zinc, aluminium, lead, silver, gold, platinum, they do not react with cold water, warm water, hot water also. They react only iron, aluminium, zinc, they react with steam, very hot water, means in vapor state. If we react aluminium and iron with steam, H2O, in gaseous state as steam, vapor state, then how can we write the reaction? They are also similar. Aluminium, we know charge +3, valency 3. So we can write the formula Al2O3, then hydrogen gas release out only with steam. Students, when we react with iron with steam, these also form a compound that is, a mixed oxide, Fe3O4, a formula Fe3O4, that is, we know, magnetite, a ore of iron. But how can we remember this and how we balance these reactions? We balance according to normal. In first chapter we already discussed these reactions. How can we balance? By adding that in similar oxygen and aluminium, hydrogen gas also release out. So that is not a problem. But what is this mixed oxide? These oxides two type. Iron have two type charge, +2, +3. So it is ferrous oxide, always as ferric oxide. When we combine, then we get this formula Fe3O4. So this one is a mixed oxide. Due to this mixed oxide, iron react water and iron react only with steam in vapor state. Zinc also react with steam. Other metals, silver, gold, do not react with steam. Now we balance these reactions. Iron 4, so we can write here 4. Then oxygen is finished, balance. Iron is 3, and hydrogen we write 4 mole. So in this way balance. And aluminium, Al2O3. So 2 aluminium, 3 oxygen. So we write 3 hydrogen. So in this way we can balance these reactions. So by these reactivity we can sodium potassium high reactive because they react with cold water, calcium react with warm water, magnesium hot water, aluminium, iron, zinc react with steam, and all they release hydrogen gas, but reactivity is decreasing order. Silver and gold, platinum, copper do not react with steam also, so they are less reactive. Now we explain the reactivity when they react the metal with acid. In first chapter we earlier discussed when a metal react with acid, what happen? Again hydrogen gas release out, but reactivity also different. Now we take a other activity. I am showing you when a metal react with acid, what happen. So sodium, potassium highly reactive. We already seen in the reaction of when they react with water, they catch fire. If I placed in acid, they also again release same gas. So that is explosive, dangerous. So we don't repeat that activity. Now I repeat with zinc and magnesium. When I placed in the test tube dilute HCl, you can see the students, these are zinc metal, shining surface. So now I put in test tube 1 granule of zinc. You can observe what happened in this. You can feel the gas is released out. Now the reaction is start. And if I hold by thumb or finger, I feel after some time a pressure. So now you can see the reactivity of the gas. Bubbles are released out and I feel pressure. When it burns, then it show pop sound. Look. You can see the pop sound because the gas release, that is hydrogen, hydrogen is burning gas. Now the same reactivity we revise with magnesium metal. Then you can see the difference, zinc and magnesium. Now I take in another test tube, dilute HCl, and in this dilute HCl placed magnesium metal. This magnesium metal, you can see the difference. Students, magnesium is more reactive than zinc because the speed of the gas also increase. The release gas is this one is hydrogen gas because it burns with pop sound and gas is continuous release. The speed of reaction and the test tube also hot because zinc is more reactive than magnesium is more reactive than zinc. You can difference this one. This one is magnesium, this is zinc. Both reactivity is different. This is slightly more hot, more hydrogen gas release out. So in this way, we can compare the reactivity of different metals. Now we write the reaction. When zinc metal react with HCl, HCl is dilute. Then it's react zinc chloride plus hydrogen. We earlier discussed in acid base chapter also. When a metal react with acid, it release hydrogen gas. How can we confirm the release gas is hydrogen? When it burn, then release pop sound. This such type question comes in the exams. When any metal react with acid, a gas release that burns with pop sound. Identify the gas. The release gas is hydrogen. We can balance the reaction. In similar way, magnesium also react, but magnesium reactivity is more than zinc. But same reaction like, so it's for magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas release. And these are exothermic reaction. In similar way, students, other metal also react, iron, lead, but their reactivity is lesser than these elements. But When any metal react with nitric acid, then what happens, students? Then hydrogen gas is not released out. Why? What are the reason? Because nitric acid is very strong oxidizing agent that oxidize hydrogen into again water and self-reduce into different oxides, nitrogen oxides, nitrogen monoxides, nitric oxide and nitrogen dioxides. But with magnesium and manganese, it's also produce hydrogen gas. When nitric acid, because concentrate nitric acid is very strong oxidizing agent. When it react with acid, any metal react with a dilute concentrate nitric acid, then it's release hydrogen gas, but the release hydrogen gas further change into water. So in this way, it's release N2O, NO or NO2 gas, either of nitrous oxide, nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and any metal. When any metal react with nitric acid, they release such type gas in place of hydrogen, and the metal salt formation and water also. In this reaction, water, metal salt means nitrate formation. So these gas, what are the reason these gas? Because it is act as a oxidizing agent. It oxidize the hydrogen into water, self-reduce into corresponding oxide. And when this gas release, then its color is brown, fumes release out. Sometimes question comes, when any metal react with nitric acid, a brown fumes release out to identify the gas. That gas is nitrogen dioxide, NO2, brown color gas. But this nitric acid, when react with magnesium and manganese and very dilute nitric acid, they release hydrogen gas also. Very, very dilute, then it release hydrogen. Otherwise, it's release N2O, NO, NO2. Such type question comes in exam. Normally, when a metal react with acid, then which gas release? Then our answer is hydrogen. But when react with nitric acid, then our answer is nitrogen, different oxides, and hydrogen convert into water. But with manganese and magnesium, it release very dilute acid for hydrogen gas. Students, gold, silver, they do not react with normal acid or copper. Copper, silver, gold do not react. What are the reason? Because they are very less reactive metal. But a chemical that known as aqua regia, on that chemical aqua regia, those metal also dissolve, that known as Loyal water. What is the combination of aqua regia? That when three part concentrate HCl and 1:1 concentrate nitric acid. Students, this combination 3:1 means 3 mole concentrate HCl and 1 mole concentrate nitric acid. When we mix, then a special reagent is formed that known as aqua regia. In that aqua regia, gold, silver, platinum, copper also dissolve. So sometimes the persons clean our jewelry, they dissolve the gold articles in that aqua regia solution. That is 3:1 concentrate HCl and nitric acid, hydrochloric as well as nitric acid. So you should remember, they dissolve our gold and our weight of jewelry is decreased. And so we get the shining surface of that jewelry. Why? Because the metal lower surface have shining surface, upper surface damage remove out, so the jewelry appears shining surface. But we get loss our jewelry, copper, silver or gold, dissolve on that solution. Then further what happen? After that, if you mix zinc, then the displacement reaction occurs and they can separate out. In this way, we can arrange the elements increasing order of reactivity. Magnesium is more reactive than zinc, and that one, other one, copper, silver, gold, they are less reactive because they normally do not react with acid. So students, now we arrange a reactivity series. Increasing order of which element is more reactive, the experience of till that, because when they react with air, they form oxide. When they react water, they react with cold, hot and warm and steams. And when acid, they release different type gas and the reactivity. So now we arrange the elements increasing order of their reactivity. That reactivity known as reactivity series or activity of series of the metal. Now students, we take another activity. When react with copper sulfate solution, you know that one copper sulfate is blue solution, and if I placed in this copper sulfate solution iron metal, iron nail, then a reaction occurs, that is displacement reaction. We earlier studied that reaction also. So now I placed this iron nail on the copper sulfate solution, and after 10 minutes its color is changed. In another test tube, copper sulfate solution, I placed a magnesium wire, small magnesium in this. You can see the difference, the reactivity of magnesium. Magnesium highly reactive when I placed in that copper sulfate solution. And iron, it's also react. After some times, copper displaced and deposit on iron nail. Now I make another solution, that is ferrous sulfate. Friends, this one is ferrous sulfate, light green color. We can make a aqueous solution. This one is ferrous sulfate. Ferrous sulfate, light green color, aqueous solution. In a test tube, I fill the ferrous sulfate and want to reactivity. Now I put a copper wire on this ferrous sulfate, and I placed the copper wire in this test tube, and we observe what happened after some time. This appears in that ferrous sulfate, no reaction, a very less reaction. If we compare in these three, then which one is more reactive? That magnesium ribbon is more reactive among this. This is highly reactive. Comparison than these three, iron, magnesium and copper. So copper no reaction in ferrous sulfate, but in copper sulfate react both. So these are the displacement reaction. According to these observation, we can derive a series that known as activity series. On that activity series, potassium at the top, sodium, then calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, lead, then hydrogen. Hydrogen is a non-metal. After that hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold. Friends, this is a reactivity series given in your NCERT book, activity series. These elements are high reactive elements. High reactive. These are moderate reactive or medium reactive. Medium reactive. and less than hydrogen, they are least reactive, low reactive. We can divide. In that reactivity series, potassium at the top. So students, upper element can displace lower element. So you should remember this reactivity series. Upper element can displace lower element. It means iron on this above side, copper is lower side. So when we write the reaction, copper sulfate, blue color, then react with iron. So what we write, iron is upper side, copper is lower side, so displacement occurs. And its formation, ferrous sulfate, that is light green. After some time its color is fade and copper is displaced, that is brown coating deposit on iron nail. And this one convert into light green color, or the color is fade. If we write another reaction, when copper sulfate react with magnesium metal. So magnesium also a reactive metal. Magnesium is more reactive than iron, so the reaction is faster. Magnesium sulfate formation plus copper, that is brown coating deposited. The solution and the color, blue color, is disappear or fade. Students, if you put zinc metal, then also reaction occurs similar way. So we can arrange increasing order of reactivity. So in your exam question comes the following metal, that is displaced, other is not displaced. So upper element displace lower element, you have to remember this. You in our 10th class only selected these metal, because metals are more numbers and some metals between these also, but you have to remember only these. So this one is a reactivity series, very important. Students, aluminium. This aluminium metal has shining surface. This react with oxygen, form a oxide layer. That oxide layer, it stop further corrosion. It do not further corrode. It is beneficial for us. That corrosion is beneficial for us. So when I placed this magnesium, it is not react easily because it have a protective oxide layer. So that process, if we make a thicker layer of that oxide layer, that process known as anodizing. Anodizing. And that anodizing, we make the two different electrodes, and that electrode made by aluminium metal, and dilute sulfuric acid is taken. When current pass, then at anode oxygen gas release out. That oxygen react with metal, form a further thicker oxide layer. That thicker oxide layer further stop to damage of that metal, and the aluminium articles have attractive finish. We can take in our different articles saved by that process. In this process, we take a container. On that container, two electrodes, both electrodes made, especially anode made aluminium, and we pass current on this, dilute sulfuric acid. When we pass dilute sulfuric acid and it is electrode, so what happen? And that electrode, it connected, electrolyze in this way. So at anode, oxygen gas release out. When oxygen gas release out, so it's a react aluminium plus further oxygen, it's convert into aluminium oxide. That is a thicker layer. That thicker layer give a attractive finish of the aluminum articles. So that process known as anodizing. Now we can balance by multiplying oppositely charged. So this method we can save our different articles and have attractive finishing. That process known as anodizing. In this we can take other electrode also, carbon graphite, but we use aluminum as a metal electrode, so it's react and change into aluminum oxide, thicker layer. Now students, in this way we can arrange, you remember these reactivity series, very helpful. If you have any problem, then we can explore in next video, and after that we study how a metal and non-metal react to each other. Thank you. Have a nice day.